Achtung, jetzt kommt Gretchen's Podcast.
Welcome to Gretchen'S Podcast. My name is Betty and I'm here with the band Uto. Uto? How do you pronounce yourself in...
There's many ways to pronounce it. We said Uto in French,
yes.
But I think you German people said Uto.
Right.
And the English people says Uto.
Oh.
Or UTO.
Or some people say UTO. But it doesn't stand for nothing.
Oh, so this is what I was about to ask. So where does the name come from? Oh,
yes.
It does.
Emile.
It stands for something, but not in the three-letter ways. Not UTO. It's not in French we said anagram. It's not an anagram.
Uto was the name of my first dog.
Mm-hmm.
It was a crazy dog, and he was very old when we started making music together. And because the first track we did was The Beast, and that the dog was actually really barking at the end of the track.
Oh, really?
We decided to name the band after this crazy dog because we wanted to be crazy dogs. But actually, the dog's name was Utopia, but there's no way in a park I would shout, Utopia, come back!
Only at home, like Utopia, sit down, please.
So it just became Uto.
Okay, so, but you also are called Agents of Chaos. That's at least this is what I read about you.
Agent of Chaos. I don't know who wrote that, but it's a good way to describe the
It's the
the
first
things we
time.
do.
Really? Yeah.
Agent of Chaos. You did told that to someone? No?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's the label or someone.
Yeah, maybe it's the label.
Because if you start like reading a little bit about you and everything, then it's like Uto, the Agents of Chaos. And I really think like your music, it's not meant in a bad way, but
Chaos
it really
is good.
Yes, right. Chaos is always perfect. And I really think that this is some sort of charming.
Yeah, I think it fits to a kind of way of that we have to make music together and also not together, but inside the Uto project, it's kind of a bit chaotic because we don't have any method to make music together or separately. It's always I always have the feeling each time I'm starting a new track alone or with Neysas that it's the first track I ever did, and I really don't know how to do that.
We work in insecurity.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that maybe it makes this kind of chaos feelings.
Okay. You started, like, your first EP, I guess, was released in 2018.
Okay,
Is that right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We trust you. Yeah.
We don't know. Your first album was released in 2022. And right now in April, you released your second album, which goes by the name When All You Want to Do Is Be the Part of Fire.
Yeah.
This is a pretty long name, to be honest.
Yes, it is.
Where does it come from?
You want to start?
It comes from it's a part of a track of Bill Callahan called Sycamore. Actually, it's kind of a strange track with strange lyrics that you can understand in a lot of different ways, and that's what we liked in this song.
We never find an album title before finishing the album. So we were staring at the fireplace, wondering what the title would be. And we knew we wanted it to be linked to fire for different reasons, because it's where, at the end of the day, we meet to talk about what we did separately or together. And also because it's our television, the fireplace. Yeah. And we are fascinated by the free part of the fire, which is not the embers, which is not the black log. Yeah. And it's like feeling alive again. It's like the teenager part of our hearts. And this album is about that, trying to touch what is not touchable because it burns.
Nice. How did you how did you start making music? Like, when did you start? How did you come up with the idea of making music together?
Well, at the beginning, it was not an idea. It was more of a place we shared. We lived in a big house, my grandmother's house, in the suburbs of Paris, like 7 years ago. And I had another band called Saint-Michel, and I had set up my little studio in the living room we shared with Neysas. And so I was working all day from the morning to the evening, making music in the living room where Neysas was living with me.
And working all day also, but on French literature.
So at one evening, she said to me, "Okay,
I cannot work anymore. You are making too much noise.
We have to make something together. So we can share that together." And you had another band like way before. Well,
yes,
the first track we did, the one she told you about, The Beast, was already written when we started working together on it. So she said to me, "Okay, I have a song we can work on."
I have something which is not for university, obviously. I don't think it's a novel. I think it's finished and it's only like a page, so it must be lyrics.
Yes, nice.
The lyrics were there. So in fact, it happened very quickly, because the lyrics was already there, and we did the whole track in one evening.
And 2 days after, we did another one, and a week after, a label came.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was very, very quick. Just, I want to say something, is that we had been living together for 3 years before that evening happened. Yeah. And we never considered during those first years that it would happen.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, it was a love story.
Oh.
Yeah, the band it wasn't planned.
So I started music at 23.
Yes.
That evening.
Nice.
I had another band, but I was 12.
Yeah.
While Emil was already a professional. And Uto is about knowing stuff and being like a baby at the same time.
Growing together.
Yeah.
Chaos in between those two
Nice.
poles.
That's good. So it was maybe even meant to be that you end up doing music together. Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know what is our relation to destiny. I don't know.
But it definitely means something big for us now.
Yeah, absolutely. I read something that, and you already said so, that like when you start doing songs, you never know where this will lead to. But you also you start working on songs apart from each other, right? Mm-hmm. So you come up with your stuff, you sit by yourself.
Exactly.
And I would
you wanna
but I would say that it tends to be more and more like that, because we built a studio where we live in the countryside in a little part of the forest, and we have a house surrounded by trees, and I built last year at the same time we did the album together. We built a studio 20 meters above our house. So the studio is not anymore in our house that we share. Yeah. So I spend a lot of time now apart from the house we live and share with Neysas. So we work more and more separately, I would say.
Yes, I'm always intimidated by studio. Mm-hmm. So I still work in the bedroom or in the living room, and I don't need as much material. I don't need as much instruments. Mm-hmm. So this is why we don't. And I need a lot of silence. Yeah. And Emil needs to make a lot of noise. So eventually we meet between silence.
So best of both worlds, some sort of. So both of you write lyrics, or
when we started making music together, it was our different roles in making tracks together were very
determined.
Determined. Neysas was writing lyrics and singing the lyrics she wrote, and I was doing the music, the production, the musical production, recordings,
I didn't know how to play. I didn't know how to produce music.
Yeah.
But then eventually, after 1 or 2 years, I began playing and starting producing, and I was like, I like it. I wish he wrote the lyrics. I'm gonna write lyrics for him, and I'm gonna be like behind machines. And now I think we are quite fulfilled because we can do both together, and we can do both on stage.
Yes.
Emil can be in the shadow, and I can be singing and playing, and we tend to change that. And he is in the light, and I'm in the shadow, and it's great to be able to be to exist alone inside of a band.
Yeah, that sounds great. When you are on stage, have you like some sort of, do you prepare for it? Do you have some ritual, or like, do you do something in the beginning?
We say
meditate, burn with, shout.
From the last 3 months we were on tour, and it's a common things, but we do a voice training, a warm up, but a very very strange one. We said one of the
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
We had to say Mommy made me mash my M&Ms, but really fast and at different tunes. So this is one thing, and we would also do like one funny thing just before getting on stage. We hug ourselves, saying Rani,
but
and
very violently.
Yeah.
Rani.
And it doesn't mean nothing in French. It doesn't mean nothing. It comes from when I play with my dog, which is not Yuto. It's a new name dog, Billy. And when I play with him, I don't know why, and I don't know where it comes from, but I said Rani, and so it's
full of joy.
Yeah, it's full of joy
and excitement.
Yeah. I don't. It means something in German?
No, I don't think so. Maybe in another language.
Yeah,
I will find out. Definitely, because like I know people from all over the world, and I'll definitely ask everyone. Like, hey, do you know
what
the
means
word
Rani?
To answer fully your question, it was very difficult for me to go on stage. For many years, I was so tensed. I couldn't eat. I used to vomit for 3 years. And it was like, I said, it's not normal. I feel like I'm going to die. And eventually now it feels great. So
that's good. That's good to hear. So maybe this definitely helped you becoming more mature on stage or something.
I don't think it's natural to
be in the spotlight.
To be in the spotlight.
Or to want to be a president of a state. I don't like yet those extra visible areas. I like mystery and what is unspoken, and so I hope I will be able to be on stage and to stay mysterious.
Yeah, that's why we always try to ask the people
at the light
in the venue to, we always said to only light from the back with a lot of smoke and stroboscopic only white light, mysterious, but it always end up being like full spot on because it's easier to do that.
All right, that's funny because you answered our 5-question thing, and it was you, Emil, who sat in the darkest spot. Yeah, we managed to. You remember the things we did filming ourselves in the studio?
Yeah.
And I was in the front, but on the dark, and you were lighted by your phones on the back. Yeah.
But I really liked it. It gave us it really gave a good vibe. So.
Yeah, it's really something that we want to work on stage, and we are working actually with a friend of us, Adrien, who does a lightning stage and artistic direction for the show, and we are
conceiving something for September.
Yeah, for September.
Nice.
It will change a lot.
But we really want to work on something where we can appear and disappear in the light. And
that sounds great.
You'll see tomorrow we have we have now we on one track of the show we have a little lightning, independent light where you'll see tomorrow.
Okay. Where do you find your inspiration when it comes to writing songs?
I would say it comes from a lot of things, but for me it comes more it comes obviously from the music I'm listening to at the moment. I'm making music, and also from the place where I do music. That's why we often went with Neysas to some different place to make music together, and not musical places, not studio places. Apartment, fisher house in the south of France near the sea. Those kind of strange place that doesn't mean nothing to make music.
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's not the same for me. Inspiration is always mysterious, and it never comes for me from music. But like last night, I was lying in bed. It was 2 a.m, and it was just the strange relationship between a thought and a bird I was hearing in an unknown town, in an unknown hotel room. And this is amazing. Just the secret connections between things.
Oh, nice. There is one song on your new album which is called Zombie, and I do have to admit I really, really love that one, because I'm not really a huge fan of zombies, but somehow I can relate to it.
It's a metaphor, of course.
Exactly, and this would be my question. Like, what is your zombie? Who is what?
Well, I won't reveal who is or what is this zombie, but it's about, like, you can imagine an area between hell and heaven with fruit trees. Which fruits would be allowed to be eaten, good for you or dangerous, and the zombie chooses.
Okay.
Voila.
Great. I also read something that there is you said something like your cover art from the new album, it's done with AI, I think. Is that true?
At the beginning, it was a real photo of us, a real picture of us in those clothes and with those positions. Yeah. And we worked with a friend of us called Bilou, and he works with AI tools. I don't know how he did that, but he used he might have used some.
It's like he feeds the machine with real pictures and pictures which are not with us, with other stuff. So it's interesting because this picture is real. We are really represented, and at the same time it's totally fake. Yes. And this is something which is interesting for us. The uncertainties, the blur between reality and fiction.
But like me myself, I'm kind of caught by AI, but also I'm like super scared. Like, I'm scared. I don't know what AI can do. But also I heard something about a painter. He fed this machine with all his paintings, and then he said, like, okay, I'm trying to find some inspiration, and I let the AI machine just draw one thing, like one line, one dot, one anything. And therefore, from that, he starts painting his paintings right now. Would you think that when you are searching for inspiration or something, that you would take also AI to it, like
musically, or with lyrics?
Both.
I think it's difficult to be done today with lyrics, because lyrics are a strange thing. I was curious. I wrote, okay, can you write a song in a Bob Dylan way and a Lucinda Williams way and a Arthur Rimbaud way?
Yeah.
And so the result was horrible because it looked a bit like Dylan but not the best parts, a bit like Lucinda Williams but not the best parts, and strangely Arthur Rimbaud from the 19th century. It was horrible. But we use this technology every day, I think, when we write a message, the phone.
Yeah, of course.
So it can be terrifying, but it's already in our lives in so many ways. On Ableton, there are things which are already.
Yeah, it exists. We didn't use it to make the album musically, but it doesn't scare me now because I think I'm already, when I do music, I'm already driven by tools that makes some things that I can't make on my own. I need to experiment with those tools, but I only use the tools to be a surprise. I think I won't ever said to an AI do something that looks or that sounds like that. So yeah, I'm not scared. What is scared is that they can steal your music, steal your music,
Your voice,
your voice,
your
and
faces and everything.
But I did an experiment with a friend. He's called Rodolphe Macabeo, and he's really interested in all that. He's making a podcast, actually. And he asked me for 5 minutes of my voice to recreate a song. And when I listened to the song, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
So I understood what he stole, but at the same time, it wasn't scary, the result, because I knew it would be better if I had just...
Yeah, like your emotions, your soul wasn't involved.
Yes.
But
maybe we can talk about this great album of Headache. Do you know this band?
No, I don't.
It's Vegan and an
unknown person.
Yeah, a writer. We don't know who he is. The lyrics are great, and this makes a difference. But the voice is not real, and you should listen to this album because you feel very close and emotionally, close to the singer, but he doesn't exist. So it's a strange feeling.
You see what I mean when I say I'm scared of that?
Yeah. No, but I'm really confident in the way that I think the artist is gonna be the first one to use it to create something that you can imagine now, and that the people who did design those AI didn't imagine at that time. I'm really confident in that the artist is gonna do something with it that don't exist now.
Okay.
That doesn't exist now.
Okay. Maybe you will convince me one day. Speaking of things future-wise and everything, what are your plans? I already heard that you are working with some visuals and stuff, as you said, with lights and so.
Yeah, we are making some things for a show in Paris in December.
It's just one thing.
No, it's gonna be maybe the first time we'll present it, but then we're gonna tour with it.
We would like our show to be closer to theater.
Yes.
So in order to do that, we really need to work on a theatrical aspect, and we will do that in a couple of months. This is a main project. We are also working on new tracks, which will be released soon. And we are touring all over Europe, and it's amazing. Really, it's an amazing life. Really,
it's your second time. We talked before, and you said it's your second time in Berlin now.
Yes.
You played before at Berghain-Kantine, and tomorrow you'll be playing at Gretchen. I think the podcast might be a bit later than tomorrow, but still, you will have been at Gretchen by the time this podcast will come out. Where are you going to next? What stops are on your list?
Well, we're going back to Paris, and then the day after we are going to Bristol, then London, Leeds.
Have you played? You've played in UK before, right?
London, yeah.
And Brighton too.
And Brighton,
right.
too.
I always wanted to go there.
Yeah. And so,
Manchester, Leeds, Bristol, Brighton, London, Canada.
You're
at
going
the
to
end of the summer, United States, we hope, September.
Sonar Festival in Barcelona in June. Yeah, and few other things I don't remember, but this is the main things.
How is it like when you find like the audience abroad? Do you see the difference in the audience in any country? Yes.
It's funny because when I'm on stage, I really don't want to look at people, so I have my hair like like Kurt Cobain in front of my eyes.
If I may ask in between, why not?
Yeah.
Like
Victoria Legrand in the Beach House.
Yeah.
She always had her long hair hanging in front of her face.
the singer from A Perfect Circle, for example, he always stands like with the back to the audience because he don't want the audience to see his face either.
It's not that I don't want the audience to see me. It's more like to be reassured that to exist, to be hidden behind my hairs. I don't know why.
Because you're not as shy as I am.
No, but when I'm on stage, I'm a bit shy.
And
more than you.
Yeah, it's strange. Well, to answer, we feel we are more at home abroad.
Really?
Yes. It's a bit confusing.
Absolutely, because this is definitely I wasn't expecting. Like I thought when you, especially in your home base, like in Paris, you'll be playing, you feel like home. This is like, okay, good.
Sure, in Paris.
Yeah, in Paris.
Yes.
But France is not just Paris, and when we play in other parts, we feel maybe we are a bit disturbing for the French audience for the moment, because it's quite variété française and
yeah, I think the kind of music we do, it's not a scene that exists in France, and so we tend to have more of an audience outside of France.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you definitely prefer playing abroad?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
And you also said that you are definitely going to be on tour next year again.
Yeah. In fall, I think we'll play in France, so we'll have to try. We'll have to give it a try,
Try again, yes.
We'll have to try again.
Great. We have one thing where we ask our artists at the podcast this or that. And I would love to do this with you as well.
Okay.
You can just give a quick answer, but you can also say why this answer.
Okay.
And it's one answer per person.
Okay.
So is it tour bus or plane?
Tour bus.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends of what kind of tour bus. Because actually we have one tour bus which is a
Kangoo.
A Renault Kangoo, and it's not that good of a tour bus. So I would say it depends of the tour bus. Yeah.
Yes, but airports are the worst.
Yeah. It sucks your energy.
It sucks more than your energy. It sucks your mind, your heart, everything. It's like about capitalism, and it's awful.
Yeah.
I cannot write a song at all after 2 days of airports.
Okay, so let's say tour bus.
Yes, even a Kangoo, even a Twingo,
but
even a scooter.
It's easy for you to say because I'm the only one driving.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
so a good tour bus with a driver.
That's the plan for the next tour, I guess. Yes. So, studio sessions or live gigs?
It's so different.
Studio session can be painful when you don't get to the thing to the things you are searching for.
Live gigs.
But it's the same with live gigs. It can be awful. If you play in a bad condition in front of nobody. No, but more and more to talk about the present, I would say live session. Live shows, yeah, because our live shows are better and better, and we play it in front of really great audience now. So
Yeah, I agree with you. Today
live show.
Yeah.
Okay. Club or couch? Like going out or staying at home?
I would say staying at home. We're not that a club people.
Yeah. I agree.
Digital or analog?
Analog, digital.
No, but we are listening to digital music, mostly digital music. So
The faces that the
Yeah,
audience
we don't
agree, and I'm trying to.
we don't
not
buy
speak at the same
vinyl.
time.
No, but making music,
Yeah, what aspect? Listening to music, making music.
I used to love buying those older analog synthesizer or drum machine, but more and more as we are always on tour, I'm working on my computer, and
so you need the digital.
Yeah, I really need the digital. So I would say digital now.
I'm sorry, I don't have an answer because I have a dulcimer. How do you say? It's the Johnny Mitchell guitar.
Yeah.
But you won't hear it on the album or on live for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm more attracted to old instruments for the moment.
That's good. So, and the last one would be logic or emotions.
Emotions.
Logic.
We have to say why, because I'm bad with logic. I'm not logical. I'm unlogical. What about you?
I'm not emotional.
Why logical? Why is
But
it
because
your
you're
answer?
emotional,
Yes,
you have
but-
to make a pair.
No, you must be free. You can be also emotional if you want.
Yeah, I can.
So what do you decide?
Logical.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe some sort of control freak?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I like to pack things.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Boots. What else?
Buy instrument,
Yeah.
machine.
Look, he's got a little jacket with
Yeah.
a lot of pockets. How many pockets? 10? 11? And he knows exactly what is in every pocket.
Really?
Yeah. It's the same when he packs the instruments. He's a packing guy.
I am.
That's fascinating. It's some sort of like I can relate to that as well, though I'm more on the emotional side. But it's like it's a little bit like Tetris, like the game Tetris.
Yeah.
Like if you really put one thing on the other,
It's
and
very
it fits
satisfying.
perfectly.
satisfying. Yeah.
Yes.
That's way too good. All right.
So I think it's an emotional state of mind also.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Logic can be very emotional.
True that.
You
Never
can be
thought of
touched by making things in a logical way. Maybe.
And it's because you are very emotionally maybe unstable. You need to be very logical
Oh yes.
to compensate.
That's true. That's very true. Thank you for this.
Thanks to you, Betty.
Thank you, Betty.
All right, so we're unfortunately already came to an end.
Well, I hope we will see each other again.
Oh, I'm definitely like I'm really looking forward because I'm all into like some visual artsy stuff on stage nowadays because I saw some I also still like classic concerts where just the musicians will be on stage and play the instruments or produce their stuff on stage, but we had one French / I don't want to say something wrong. It might have been Cameroon. I'm not quite sure. His name is Blake Bassi. He lives in Paris.
It's from our label. Yeah. It's from our label Infinite.
Yeah.
He played here.
He played in December, like last
Okay.
December, and he had like some nice. He had like this curtain in front of the stage and some visuals on it. So, like depending on the moment, you saw just the visuals or the band behind the curtain,
wow.
and that really was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this can happen. Never knew that before. So
Yeah, it's in French. It's we call it rideau tulle.
Yeah,
But
tulle.
I saw a concert made by the guy who will work with for the light show, Adrien. It was like that, and it was great. Yeah. It can be transparent or opaque.
Yeah.
It's
I've
great.
seen it in theater for 10 years, so now it's good that we can be able to create fantasy on stage.
I'm really, really, really looking forward to see your fantasies on stage, because I really think that your music offers enough space for it.
Yeah.
Like, your music does create visuals in your mind already when you listen to it. So I'm really, really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to the show tomorrow. I hope that the audience who's now listening to this will be there tomorrow, will have seen it, because we need to be talking in the future.
We are talking in the future. Yeah.
So yes. So any last words?
I hate last words.
Okay, never mind.
Right, no last words.
No last words, because this is not the end.
It's never the end.
Never. All right.
Always
So
the first words are to be found.
I really love speaking to you, and to you as well. All right. So thank you so much,
Thanks.
Uto. I hope I will see you soon again.
Yes.
Okay. Well then.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Das war Gretchen's Podcast.